What if I told you you don't have to suffer, to be miserable, to be so restrictive when you're trying to improve your body composition and really target fat loss? My name is Dillon Randolph. I'm the head researcher here at Heart and Soil and a licensed physician assistant. Today, we're going to be talking about the solutions to targeting fat loss, to improving your metabolism, to improving your muscle building capabilities as a whole. We're going to be focusing on quality first. Foods that provide you the fundamental building blocks, the vitamins, the minerals, the amino acids, and so much more to improve how you look, how you think, and how you feel. But before moving on, check out my last video on adaptive thermogenesis. We're going to be providing a strategic framework in this video to avoid any of the negative metabolic adaptations from this process. So it's important that you understand this adaptive thermogenic process before diving into your weight loss, fat loss, or body composition change journey. I'm going to be breaking this into 3 phases to ensure both short and long-term success. This isn't just a fad diet. This is a real nutrient-dense way of eating to improve your hormones, to improve fat loss, and to improve how you feel ultimately. Feeling good should be what we're all after. So let's get into it. Phase 1, all about food. We're prioritizing nutrient-dense, nutrient-rich foods, organs, meat, honey, organic fruit, organic maple syrup. We're prioritizing these foods that provide our bodies with enough vitamins, minerals, and amino acids to fuel performance. So look at your plate. Fill half of it up with muscle meat from cattle, bison, deer, elk, some sort of ruminant animal, high quality, alongside with 0.5 to about 1 ounce of heart and or liver. If you can't get fresh organs, you can always opt in for freeze-dried or desiccated organs in pill supplement form. This is the next best thing if you can't get them fresh. Second step here, adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of either a high quality butter or high quality tallow on top of your meats. You can even add it into the other half of the plate with cooked fruit, which leads us into the second half of this plate where we're going to really be prioritizing a low toxicity plant foods. So things like organic, fresh fruit. I personally love to cook my apples, cook my bananas, but I'll also add in berries, watermelon. These foods are going to be super delicious and a great complement to the protein portion of this. You can also drizzle on some organic maple syrup or raw organic honey. Remember, 30 days. We're prioritizing the most nutrient-dense foods and eliminating the processed garbage. No seed oils, no processed grains, and no processed sugars. These foods are ultimately the enemy of our progress that we desire. They will cause us to gain fat. They will cause us to have lower energy. They are not a part of a healthy, healthful diet. Once all of this is mastered, after 30 days, we can then move to phase 2. Phase 2, this is all about food quantity. Now we've mastered how to eat a healthy, nutrient-rich diet. And after 30 days, it's time to step it up a notch. This is where we become even more intentional. Effort is required when it comes down to achieving the desired body composition, achieving fat loss, achieving a muscle building pro-metabolic state. Through the research, I was able to find a really good body weight planner that actually takes into consideration metabolic consequences of adaptive thermogenesis. So we're going to share this body weight planner in the link below, but I'm just going to share with you an example. We'll call her Sharon, a 62-year-old, 150-pound female who's 5'6", just to give you an idea of what this would look like for her, and then hopefully giving you guys the direction to take this tool and implement it in your own routine. So Step 1 here for the body weight planner, we're gonna fill out the weight, sex, age, height, physical activity. You can estimate your activity level just by clicking on that blue button below. And then number 2, you're going to enter your goal weight. Sharon here, she wants to be 135 pounds. Our recommendation on time frame for this is going to be 2 to 4 months. So here I chose 120 days, and it will give you your goal date as well. Next, it'll ask you for your increase in physical activity. This is an optional step. I'm going to ensure that Sharon is engaging in high quality movement, like walking, sprinting 1 to 2 times a week, and lifting heavy things. So I'm not going to make any changes here, but this is where you would do that, and that will affect the results. And then next, we finally get our results. So we get 3 numbers here. The amount of calories it takes to maintain your current weight, the amount of calories it takes to achieve your goal weight, and then the amount of calories it takes to maintain your goal weight. This is where we actually do a comparison, and we use tools like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal to track your current caloric intake. And remember, this is after we're eating intentionally, right? The nutrient-rich foods. Now we're seeing how many calories are we actually consuming on a daily basis. We input our foods, and then we finally compare. And we want to be at that first line. For Sharon, it's about 2,270. This is an approximation, right? Ballpark plus or minus 100 calories. But Sharon should be eating about this amount of calories of nutrient-rich foods. So here's an example of what Sharon would be eating in a day. Maple syrup, 2 tablespoons, cooked apples, 2 cups, organic raw banana, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 pound of ground beef, 2 cups of raw milk, an ounce of beef liver, and an ounce of beef heart. That gets her in that 2,200 range. Specifically here, we see that she's consuming 2,261 calories, 152 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, and 130 grams of fat. A really important note here before moving on to phase 3 is if you put in your food and you see that your caloric range is significantly less than what it should be, you might actually have to implement a reverse dieting strategy that will increase your metabolism, right? Because this is an automatic red flag. If you should be eating 2,200 calories, but you're actually eating 1,200, and we'll use Sharon as an example here, this is a red flag that she is in a poor metabolic state, that she is likely, very likely, experiencing some level of adaptive thermogenesis. And she'll have to be intentional about slowly increasing her calories, about 50 to 150 calories week over week, until she finally gets to her baseline level. And then, and only then, can she move to phase 3, because that is going to ensure that she is actually in a healthy metabolic state to target fat loss and to build muscle. Sweet. So let's move on to phase 3. We are now in a good, healthy metabolic state. Now we can actually intentionally reduce the calories by a little bit for the next 2 to 4 months to achieve the desired weight goal that we input. Targeting fat loss, but also preventing muscle loss. Still improving performance during this phase. Going slow here is really the best choice. Like I said, 2 to 4 months of this should be that Goldilocks range. If we start getting into 4, 6, 7, a year longer, then we're going to be experiencing likely some of the negative metabolic adaptations like we covered in our previous video on adaptive thermogenesis. So let's just give you another picture here of Sharon. She is supposed to be eating to reach her goal weight in 4 months, 120 days. This is the hypothetical scenario. Remember, you can choose 2 to 4 months, whatever makes sense for you that you can stick to. But Sharon, we chose 120 days, 4 months, and she should be aiming for about 1,700 calories a day to reach that goal. So this is what it looks like in Chronometer. 2 cups fresh baked apple, 2 raw bananas, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 cup of fresh raw milk, 0.5 ounces of beef liver, and 1 ounce of beef heart. This gets her to about 141 grams of protein, 108 grams of carbs, and about 90 grams of fat for a total of 1,781 calories. This is the food she should be consuming, ideally on a daily basis for the next 2 to 4 months. Like I said, we did 4 months for this example. Once she reaches that goal weight, she will then increase her calories to that last number. So now she is 135 pounds. She will then increase her calories to about 2,050 calories to 2,100 calories daily to maintain her body weight of 135 pounds. This will look like 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 cups of baked cooked apples, 1 banana, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 pound of beef, 2 cups of raw milk, 1 ounce of beef liver, and 1 ounce of beef heart. Remember, through this phase, she's engaging in high quality movement, engaging in high quality sleep routines, and really focusing on nutrient density to provide her body the fuel and the vitamins and the minerals, macro and micronutrients to ensure her ultimate success. So let's recap here. Phase 1, eat nutrient-rich foods and eliminate the processed foods for at least 30 days. There's no room for processed seed oils, processed sugars, processed grains. These are the enemy to our desired progress. Get rid of them, limit your alcohol intake. That is phase 1, 30 days. Phase 2, determine your baseline. Remember, this phase is about food quantity, about being intentional, about putting in that effort, using the body weight planner that we shared below and figuring out the specific numbers of your current weight, your goal weight, and how to maintain. Phase 3 is all about dialing in fat loss. Taking a slower approach is going to ensure that you're avoiding any of the negative metabolic adaptations that happen during a weight loss phase, to ensure that you're targeting fat loss and avoiding any negative metabolic adaptations that happen through restricting, prioritizing your protein, making sure that you're moving, high quality sleep. This is going to ensure your ultimate success. Phase 3, this is where we're leveling up even more. We're really dialing it in, tracking, being intentional to target fat loss and to avoid the negative metabolic adaptations that can come with restricting, adaptive thermogenesis. We're going slow so that we can even increase muscle while losing fat during this phase. It's possible. Slow and steady wins the race. Something I always say. We're engaging in high quality movement. We're engaging in a solid sleep routine throughout all of this. And the last step here, step 4, the hidden step 4 is patience. None of this will work if you don't have patience. Be honest with yourself. Do you really think 10, 20, 30 years of not eating well, of not engaging in healthy habits, lifestyle routines can be reversed in 30 days? It's not going to happen. Prioritizing your health takes effort. It takes time. And achieving it is going to require discipline. I know this because I was there. I went through all these phases, but it took me 5 years. And I just want to share with you a framework to avoid the negatives that I felt, that I experienced. And I think once you engage in these positive habits and these positive nutrition and lifestyle routines, you'll really understand how much control you actually have over your health and your health outcomes. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I love doing this. I love educating. I love doing the research. It's super fun for me, and I hope you guys find it valuable. Like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, share with me. We love to continuously refine and learn more. You can check out the links below for the body weight planner. We're gonna share our resources on this specific topic. Stay tuned for our future videos on nutrition, weight loss, feeling good, optimizing your performance, your hormones, etc. We have so much planned for you guys. We'll catch you later.